Hey guys, and welcome to Castle Story. Castle Story is a game that I have loved for a long time. I found it on Kickstarter years ago, and recently the developers have pushed out a few new updates, totally improving the game. And I really want to check it out with you guys because it's a really fun game. It's a survival game where you basically control little yellow blocky dudes and you try and build a castle. There's gravity playing into it and a whole lot of different stuff. But it's called Castle Story. It's a survival game. It's really cool. So basically, I want to do a small Let's Play series, see if you guys enjoy this type of stuff, and then let's get going with it. So we can start off here by pressing New Game. And these are all the maps that are presented in Castle Story at this time. When I first bought the game, it was just these three. There wasn't any of this stuff. Here you can get some that with like pre-built castles. Here you can have some like ruined castles and a lot of different stuff. Recently I played a map on stepping stones, a medium-sized map, and I think for this one we're just gonna go with the original Calibri here right there. And basically, so there's game modes, which is Conquest, which is basically you can see these crystals all over the place on the map, and you have to basically go and control all of them by moving your block dudes next to them. And that's kind of the game mode, but you also have to defend your own. If you lose all of your castles, if you lose all of your crystals, you lose the game. But with that, let's get started and get into it. The controls here are a little finicky. It's a great game for just somebody who's looking to hang out. If you enjoy survival games, there's a lot of different options. There's sandbox, there's survival, there's the one where basically every night these monsters come and attack you, which they get harder and harder every single night, so you basically have to build up your castle, collect enough resources, and all that really cool stuff. So this world should be loading up here really quickly. But basically, when we get started, we're going to go ahead and try and set up some tasks here for our guys to start building and collecting some resources around us. So, Conquest Mode. To win the game, you must capture all the crystals and shards belonging to your enemies on the island. Some of the crystals and shards are neutral, others belong to the Corruptrons, which are the enemies in this game. Some are on the island, they roam in bands, they don't know where you are, but it's only a matter of time before they find you. If the Corruptrons capture your home crystal, you lose. To capture crystals and shards, you must build a capture ward near it. If the capture ward is destroyed, the crystal or shard will slowly become neutral. I'll get into that later when we actually get into the shard stuff. But newly captured shards will slowly grant you souls to spawn Brictrons with. So that basically Brictrons are your guys, and the more you have, the more stuff you can do. Makes sense, right? But they're basically your population, your people. But here we have our little Brictrons right here. So basically middle mouse click can help you spin around in the game. Left click can help you group up things. Right click can help you choose tasks to do and whatnot. And WASD is how to move your camera around the world. But basically, so this is our little home crystal right here. To start off, let's go ahead and go right click, and we can do a harvest task, and we can throw that down right there just so our guys start getting stuff. There's no storage though, so on top of that we have to go down here, click our little new task plus button, go into build, we have to go into structures down here at the bottom left, and we have to build some stockpiles so they can actually have the resources somewhere. So we're going to go ahead and build up 6 of these guys for now. The problem with this game right now is I really wish that they had some better storage options. And also, if we built them right here in the 9, they couldn't access that middle one. So that's something you got to take into account while building this stuff. So we'll do this right here and plop that guy right down there and keep going. There we go. That's going to be our tasks right there. No resources. They need some wood. So we're going to go ahead and get a wood task going right back over here. So then they'll start collecting that. But basically, these crystals right here, we have crystals, we have little grass shrubs, we have stones, and we have wood, and then down here we have iron. The grass shrubs and the iron are used to build armor sets, to basically turn your guys from workers into knights and all that stuff, but they're saying they have nothing here to do. But now they're going to collect. Okay, cool, we just had to confirm the command. But basically, this is our little starting place right here. So you can see there's a back entrance right down here, there's a Corruptron. They have all their stuff. There's some Corruptrons down there. That's the purple crystal. We have the light blue color. Over here, here's a neutral one. And then there's different ways of entering. There's another crystal right there. But basically, we have to build a castle. I think it's going to be really fun to try and build a castle as we're going about this game. So even we have to figure out how, using gravity, to get ourselves out to this outside island. Because that's the only way we can actually get out there, right? So that's pretty fun in my opinion. I think it's a really interesting game. So since we have these resources in here, we have all this stuff going on, I think I'm gonna go ahead and create a new task here, and we can get some boulders going because I really want to get some stone here. But we have all this wood over here, which those guys are gonna start collecting together. What I want to do here first, we go down to new task, into build. You can see here we have all of these standard bricks, they're called, made out of stone. Down here we have a bunch of different wood versions. It's a little complicated on how you build things, but more or less, or when you actually get into it, it gets a little complicated, but more or less we can start off and create a little bit of a wall right here with some stone to stop the guys from getting into our place. So we can go ahead and do this and then do one little block right there. And then our Bricktrons will come over and build this stuff up, and then we have our own wall, which is really, really cool once you start actually getting like really far into this game. It makes it very, very interesting. But if you do this like kind of cross pattern where they're not stacked directly up on each other, later on, these guys down here, the Corruptrons, they get catapults and things, and they can like blow up your walls if you take too long. So it gets pretty crazy. But you can see the world is this giant floating island, which is really... it's interesting. The whole thing is floating, so you can dig down into the place and like mine out the base. But what that does in the end is you can actually have your people fall through the bottom if you're not careful with how deep they go. So if we click on this guy and you right click, you can see that there's a call to arms thing and then a spawn Bricktron. Basically, to get new Bricktrons, up here in the top left, we have this little menu right here, and you can see that yellow bar. Once that fills up and we get the 100 out of 100 right there, we can spawn another Bricktron. This tells you how many types of Bricktrons we have, so we have 5 in total, which are all the little worker dudes. And currently in the game, because it's early access, we have a knight and we have an archer, and that's it. Which is fine, like we can do enough stuff with that, it's enough to keep things going. So here we got a lot of wood, but you can see they're starting to build up our little wall over here. And basically we want to build this wall up high enough so that we can have an archer or something stand on top of it while not worrying about getting attacked. So what we're going to do here is we're going to build a little workbench over here against the side of the mountain. And that'll allow us to have some people go over and craft some stuff up. So we can have a workbench right there. I'm thinking also if you have something out here, you right click, it changes the direction. So we're gonna have this is a weapon stand, which basically stores armor sets. So once they get the materials, they'll go and do that and get all that stuff going. So we actually can go in here and do a new task and grab some plants. I think we're gonna want these up here pretty soon. And also we're gonna do another building construction task and get some more of these placed down because they get filled up very quickly once you start getting... oh, nope. Oh, crap. How do you undo? Right. If you hold control. You hold control to undo. It's pretty... The controls in this game can be a little iffy to get used to. There's not a whole lot of rhyme or reason to them, which is kind of annoying, but it's something that we gotta work with. And it's fun. So what I'm thinking is we come over here, we try and claim this guy pretty early, and then we can create, so there's all these pathways to get us around the island that you can see right here. But if we can claim this guy, that'll give us some more points towards getting our next Bricktrons more easily. So I'm thinking we go ahead and wall this off. We completely wall this area back here off so that nobody can really get by. And so we funnel them all into here, and then we also wall this area off. And then, because then we can have guys shooting down onto that bottom area once we can view that. So I think that'll be able to help us out quite a bit there. But in order to build those little wards that I was talking about to get over there, you have to go into build, and then down here, here's the wards. And it's weird, this is part of the early access of it. These don't really tell you what they do, besides, well, Pylon basically moves the energy field around, lanterns give you some light at night, sentinel towers tell you when things are nearby, or no, they attack them, sorry. Sentinel towers attack things that are right next to them, but they're really weak, so it doesn't really do a whole lot. Then the healing guys right here obviously heal things around it. Then the capture pylon is what we need to get all the way over there. But basically you can see our pylon right here. We can bring it all the way out to here, and it has to have that blue line connecting or else we can't move our power field over. But we don't have any of the resource. So what we need to do is we need to make a new task, and we need to get some brimstone, which is this orange crystal right here, which will basically be able to help us get some of that stuff going. Then iron down here is also useful to have, so we're going to go ahead and get some iron down there. But this stuff over here, you can see, this is our, you can right click on it, and then you hit delete task. You can basically just hold right click. We're gonna keep moving this stuff around here and trying to get a lot more of this wood back in that area. One of the dumb things is these dumps don't despawn. You have to come over with a control click to delete them in the construction mode, but they don't give you anything back. Oh, here's one of the evil dudes right there. Let's help our guy. Yeah, help him. What are you doing, dude? Also, there's a little bug with the camera. Sometimes it like drops you down to being like right where you are, which is weird. But you can see right there that we're fighting him up. I'm afraid this guy might die. For some reason, it didn't spawn us with... Oh, we can get another Bricktron. Oh, it's lagging. So right click, spawn Bricktron. There we go. You go help. Don't die, buddy! Don't die! Look how close he is to being dead. Look at that little health bar up there. And this dude's like at half health. That's insane. I guess we should have come down here for the iron yet. Oh, man. Bummer. Alright, well you go ahead. You're going to do that. You can force guys to do certain tasks by right-clicking on the... Like, click on them with left click, then right-click on the task. And it holds them there. He should be fine. Yeah, I'm hoping we're able... I don't want to lose a Bricktron yet. That would really suck. Yeah, you guys go. Good job. You guys can both get that iron right now because we need a lot of that apparently. So what I want to do is if you left click on something, then right click, it brings up the menu with it. And I want to get a knight. So we can get a knight. We need a lot of iron. That's why we have the guys down here getting iron. But we can turn our new Bricktron into a knight, which will help us get a lot more stuff going here. And it really, really saves our butt once that combat because a knight can kill 2 of them by himself. So we won't really have that issue where our guy almost died right there. But, so we have our little pylon here that's waiting to be built, which is kind of a bummer. But you can see that yellow line, which will show us where it'll connect to later ones. And we can go ahead and bring that guy over to here. And we'll leave that right there and just get those built up for now. So this was our little gathering the grass right here. So you can go ahead and how do we move this? Let's go ahead and just right click you and delete. Then we can come over here and go to new task and get some more of these plants going because we're going to need a lot of those guys built up. How do we move that before? Didn't we just right click? Nope, middle mouse click is turn it. But you can also, we can create a staircase if we wanted to get up to the top of the mountain and get those trees, which probably isn't a bad idea. But you can see the Bricktron spawning right down here. Get you guys a good idea what they look like. They're basically little rock dudes, or Corruptrons, sorry. Bricktrons are our guys, those are the good guys. But now it's kind of a waiting game, getting these guys to do these tasks that we have set up for them. We don't have a whole lot of stone yet, though. So I'm thinking we probably want to get a quarry going here. So what we can do for a quarry is go in here for a new task, and we pick up quarry. Oh, that camera kind of there messed up a bit. But if we do a quarry kind of in that section, they'll actually create a staircase for us going all the way up, which can actually save us a lot of time. And then we'll just kind of leave that there, and the guys will dig that out. They'll get a lot of stones for us and everything. So basically how getting the stones work is... Oh, guys, no. Guys, no. Grable, no! Also, these guys have awesome names. They're really, really funny. No, you guys all come help. Everybody's helping. We need to save the guy. We good? Okay, everybody's good. All right, you guys go back to what you're doing. You go here, Bruno, you go there. Simply, you go get that iron. Wacko, good old Wacko. Can you pick that up and just take it somewhere? I don't want it sitting out there anymore. But yeah, so what we need to do here, because obviously they're coming up this way a lot, we really got to get that knight, and we just kind of leave him there at the door, and he'll save us a lot of work in the future, which will hopefully be really, really nice. So what you can see on our minimap there on the side, you can see that it's showing how many are over there, and that's kind of scaring me that there's 2 right there. They're so close to us, it's kind of worrying. Oh, what's going on here? Let's go ahead and go into construction. We can do build. We can go ahead and bring some wood in here. And I want to go ahead and bring some wood up to there and over to... You'll see why we're doing this later on. Once we get into trying to put the planks in here. Because you see here the brace, it needs to go like that, and then bam, and bam. And that's what allows us to put wood planks on top of these so our guys can stand on the wall and have like a nice little defended area from behind. The construction, like I was saying in the beginning, gets a little interesting, but overall it's a really, really cool idea. And if you love games where you actually have to put a lot of effort, or not a lot of effort, but you have to put a lot of thought into what you're building, you guys might just really, really enjoy this game. I think there's an empty spot right down there. Yep, there is. So what we're gonna do back here is we're gonna wall off this area like I was talking about. I think we can get another, nope, we can't. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and wall this off here and basically just bring this all the way over like this. And then if we go ahead and do something right there, I'm thinking right there, and then bam, bam, bam. And that should be a good enough wall on that area where they don't really try and... Nope, we need to actually bring it up one more. That's a bummer. Bam, bam. And you can... This will just be kind of a temporary wall on this area. But basically, as long as we're on our main island and not trying to build off into the void, we're fine. But you can actually do that by using these arches. They provide enough support to build another block out. So you can do an arch, a block, an arch, a block, an arch, a block. There's some crazy creations in this where people have built like, ooh, we can get another brick drop. People have built like full-on bridges across like 30 or 40 blocks open. Like, we'll be able to build a bridge across that area if we wanted to, if we last that long. But we're gonna have to see like where we can get going. Apparently you can do like rope bridges and things now. That's a bit easier. So it's kind of... Let's go ahead and remove that guy, and we can go ahead and pop up a new task right here and get the last of this little bit of iron. I think that's a... Oh, that's how you move it. I'm dumb. Can't find storage. Alright, our storage is full, which means we gotta come in here and do some more building, a little bit of a build job, and bring ourselves some more of these. Oh my gosh, I totally just realized why our iron isn't being crafted up. It's because we don't have a smeltery. We have all this iron ore sitting back here, but we don't have a furnace to smelt it up in. And obviously you need iron ingots to make the tools, so that's a bummer. Alright, we got a crap ton of wood though, you guys can see here, which is pretty nice. So what we're going to come in here and do, we're going to go do our little crafting job. And then this will go here, here, and go there, and we're gonna bring in some arches right here. We're gonna do an arch and an arch to create a little bit of a doorway there for us, and that'll kind of help us to build that wall up a little bit more defensively as we increase the size of it. Yeah, this is looking pretty good, huh? Because these guys are starting to chop down this area. They can turn the dirt into some stairs. That's pretty cool. I didn't know they could do that. Oh, wow. And they're getting little pebbles out of that, which is more or less what brings you over into they turn all the pebbles into a full stone block later on. That's kind of how it works out that way. We're running out of crystals here very quickly. That's not very good. We have a lot of them right here. Oh, it's because we need the ingots to create all the stuff. That's right. Duh. Let's go ahead and... You, buddy, simply, you're gonna be a construction dude now. You're gonna go and try and build that just so that we can get it finished. So I really, really would like to have some work done here so we can start. I want to capture that crystal before it's way too late. Our base is looking pretty good though. Look at this. We have so much stuff going on here. We got two of our ways walled off. This is the main entrance that we're going to try and funnel all of the bad guys into. But it's working pretty well. If we can get all the way up to the top of here and get those trees, that'll be pretty cool. But I do want to try and get that place captured pretty quickly. So if we can get enough gear to make some knights, we can turn these guys into knights and then turn them back into regular guys, I believe. But it might be worth it just to go get that for now. No resources. What are you guys trying to build? Oh, that's for the stone. Yeah, we don't have any stone, huh? Bummer, dude. Alright. Well, guys, I think that's a good place to wrap it up for this first episode. I do hope you enjoyed. I'm going to probably just keep this going as a Let's Play series. But guys, that's been it. This is Castle Story. Again, it's pretty cheap on Steam. It's still in early access though, but this is a game that I've enjoyed for a long time. I'm really excited to see where the development goes. I'm looking forward to hear what you guys have to say about it. I'm pretty pumped to keep it going. And hit that like if you guys enjoyed it. Hit that subscribe button if you guys really enjoyed it. And as always, I will see you in the next episode.